Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. That's in Matthew, and I agree. I think that a lot of times we only hear the first part where it says, judge not, that ye be not judged. And depending on the translation, that's what it is in the King James Version. But depending on the translation, there's little different things that come out of that. Now, I think what matters is the next part where it says, with what judgment you're judging is how you're going to be judged. And I think the judgment is a big issue in the world. I think it's a really big issue in the world right now. And I'm not going to say that I'm immune from it in any way, shape, or form. But it is something that I have been working on for years. Because I think it matters what is in our heart and what we want for humanity. There is a judgment culture that exists that I think is actually becoming worse. And I do believe that it is part of the downfall that we're seeing in society and humanity. It's scary. Because if you are Christian and you believe in Christian values and principles, then what are we thinking by even letting those judgments pass through onto other people? We don't understand their background at all in any way, shape, or form. We don't know anything that's gone on in their life. Their upbringing, their present. We don't know any of it. There should be no judgment. Or the judgment that is passed, you should expect to be passed back on to you, according to the verse. Even if you are not Christian and you don't believe in that sort of thing, it still is just known what it is to be a good person. And so if you grew up thinking, or maybe learning that you shouldn't get tattoos and gauge your ears and a nose ring and all of that, and you see somebody walking down the street that has an arm sleeve and gauged ears and a nose ring, and you're judging that person based on that, that is an absolutely pathetic thing to be doing. Now, it's tough, because by me saying that, I'm judging that, correct? So it's tough. It's a tough situation. But you don't know what's in that person's heart. You don't know what kind of person that is. They might be one of the best people on the earth. Maybe they believe in a charity, and every extra penny that they have coming in goes to that charity. Maybe they serve people all day long and you never know it. You cannot judge somebody by the outside. It just cannot be done. And on the same note, you can't look at somebody who's buttoned up with a nice shirt and a tie and all of a sudden they're a good person. It doesn't work like that. And so I think what we need to do is just, as a whole, as humanity, and I'm going to bring this into Americans, we have got to stop judging negatively in the beginning. When we first meet somebody, or first impressions, or you can take this as far as you want. Color of skin, background, gender, whatever. Just no judgment. We don't know what's in somebody's heart. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to press this a little bit onto politicians, because we're in a weird spot right now in the United States. We've gone from a nation of freedom to a nation of, how I feel, a nation that's becoming more oppressed every single day. So judge not that ye be not judged, because how you judge is how you will be judged. So it's not saying don't judge. It's saying judge how you want to be judged. Okay, I'm going to judge politicians at this point. I'm not in a position where I can affect your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness because I'm not in an elected position in the United States government, and I have those, the opportunity to vote on what affects your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Senators and members of the House, they do. And so I will judge them accordingly. If they vote for any law that suppresses what I feel are your unalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And when John Locke originally wrote those, it was life, liberty, and property. Our founding fathers wanted to change it to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But I would like to throw property in there as well because I believe that property rights are extremely important and they're unalienable. They're God-given. And if you don't believe in God, that's your own thing. We're going to just say unalienable. They are rights that are given to you by whatever power exists. And I don't think that we can disagree that there isn't some sort of power that we may not understand. Even if you're not Christian, you don't believe in God, there's still some sort of power that exists. Intelligent design, something along those lines. That means that you are born with certain rights. And those rights our founding fathers were geniuses. They're listed. The Bill of Rights, read them. The first 10 amendments, they're amazing. You can have freedom of speech and thought and religion. You can protect yourself. You have the right to bear arms. You can have a firearm that puts you on level ground with somebody else so that you can protect yourself and your family and your neighbors. It's unalienable. It's given to you from birth. You have those rights, and so I will judge politicians if they want to take that right away from you. We have to stand up and demand change. If there's a politician that is taking away anything in relation to life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness, or trying to take your property, they do not deserve to be in office, and they are not your representative. And we also have to stop calling these people leaders. They are not your leader. You're the leader. They are a representative. They represent you. They do not lead you. That is not the idea of the founding in any way, shape, or form. They represent the people. It is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. They are pushing towards a two-tiered society right now. The very, very upper class and the lower class. It is by design. It has been in the works for many, many years, and we are seeing the realization of it right now. That's why I think that as a people, we have to come together. Stop judging one another for the petty little things that don't matter. Come together as a people and demand change from elected officials that are supposed to represent you. That's what matters. That's the only way that we are going to thrive as an American people. I believe that right now we are in a free fall towards dark times. But it does not have to be that way. If we can come together as a people, see each other for who they are, I think most people are good. I could be wrong, but I think most people are good. Let go of those petty little things that don't matter. Come together and demand change from our representatives. Let's make America amazing. It can happen. We're not too far. We're not too far gone. We can make this happen. Stand up, demand change. Let's do this.